In today's video, we are going to make a two-phase power meter with PZ-EM0040 and ESPhome using an LCD display. As you can see, the display shows all the power values on a scrolling LCD for both phases. Let's get started building it. You'll need a few things, and the main one is the PZM0040. I have bought the PZM0040 V3 and will be using this in the video to build the meter. As you can see, mine came with a 100 amp split CT. You will have the option to buy it with or without a coil CT, so buy according to your needs. Here you can see the other PZM0040 that we will need, as this is a two-phase power meter. Here are some close-up shots of the PZM0040. Just keep in mind that this circuit and YAML will only work with the V3 variant of the PZM0040, not any other version. So just keep that in mind before you purchase the sensor. The other things we will be needing are a Node MCU ESP8266 board as the main board of our meter. This will also connect to ESPhome and HomeAssistant. We will also need an LCD display. I'm using a 16:2 LCD display and will provide the YAML for this. If you want to use any other display, you will need to change the code. We will also need some small components like a buzzer. This is a passive buzzer, and we will also need a touch button. Now comes the building part. Here you can see I have cut the hole for the LCD display in this project box to keep all the components in and mount the LCD. I will now show you how to arrange all the parts in the box. If you have a different box, you can arrange them another way. There's no need to copy mine directly. Also, we will need a 5 volt 5 watt power supply to power our ESP and the display, along with other things from mains AC. Now let's see the wiring and circuit diagram for this meter. I will show you two diagrams. Here you can see the first one where we connect the display buzzer and touch button to the meter. And here you can see the rest of the diagram, which is for the PZEM. Remember, we'll be using two PZEM modules here. You just have to connect both PZEM modules in parallel to the ESP and nothing else. You can even make a 3-phase meter by following this and connecting 3 in parallel. Now, as you can see, I have made the circuit and installed both PZEM modules in the box. I have also installed a 4-pin connector outside the box. This is for both CT of the PZEM, making the installation easier. Here you can see these 3 wires. The 2 wires are for both phases, R and Y, and the black wire is neutral. And here are the rest of the components. Here is the touch button, which we will mount in front of the box along with the display connector and the display. Now you just have to upload ESPhome to the ESP using a USB. Please check the description for instructions on how to do that. Now comes the coding part. Here I am at the ESPhome page. The first thing we need to do is change the address of one PZEM. Right now, both PZEM modules are using the same address and are connected in parallel, so we can communicate with them properly. Copy the code for changing the address from here. Then go to the ESPhome builder and open the device you just created. Paste the YAML here as shown in the video. We also need to add the UART configuration for the PZEM in the YAML so we can communicate with it. Important, power on only one PZEM at a time with mains. Do not power on both, or there will be a conflict between them for which one gets the new address. For example, only connect one red and neutral wire. The red one means the first phase. Click install and select your method of uploading. I have selected wirelessly here because I have already uploaded via USB once and my device is currently powered on. So it is connected to ESPhome and HomeAssistant. So we have changed the address of the red device to 3. Now you can do the same for the blue device using a different address, like for example 4 in the auto new address section. Here is the YAML for the device I have created. This is for 2 meters with 2 different addresses. One address is 3 and the other is 4. You can change them in the address tab. I have also integrated the display into it. Now you just need to upload this code and your device will be ready. You can find the code and diagrams in the description of this video. After uploading the code to the meter and powering it on, The LCD display will show all values and automatically scroll through both phases, displaying the readings from the PZM. I have integrated the touch button as an ESP restart. In very rare cases, if one phase turns on but the other doesn't, the PZM values might get stuck. To fix this, you can restart the meter by pressing the touch button physically or using the software button in HomeAssistant. In HomeAssistant, you will get all the power, energy, and voltage values for both phases. You can also use this on a single phase electricity setup. If you want to monitor multiple circuits, you can place CTs on the circuits you want to track. If you have any doubts or questions, feel free to ask in the comments. Here is the final result. The meter is installed at the mains input of my house and works perfectly.